Planar Heater control. It's now in standby in the mode that it would be if it had just come out of the box. So it's in power mode, which you can see by the flashing LED at the top there, but it's in standby, so no display. Touch any button to make the display wake up. That now shows you the temperature that it's reading, and this arrow dash here shows that it's reading at the display. I've had the heater running, which is why it's warm. If I now push the left button, see it's moved to the bottom, which is now temperature control mode. So whatever this is set to, it will now try and maintain that temperature. If I push again, the dash has moved to the bottom, and this is now the return air temperature at the inlet of the heater. So it will now do temperature control mode, and it's running off the return air heater, which is cold now because it's in the garage of this one, this van, so it's pretty cold. -11 outside, so pretty chilly. Then if you push, so I woke it up again. If I go back to my, I prefer it on the room temperature and temperature control. Again, if you push this there, you get power control, which then gives you a bar up and down that you can control with left and right buttons once you've pushed start, which is the middle button. So I'll go back to my, that's temperature control with the display temperature sensor, which is the one in here. Now you've got the option, if you push this button, you now get a solid in the middle. This now means that it's in temperature control mode, but it will basically stop as soon as it, I think they call it ventilation mode. So when it gets to that temperature, it will stop the heater, but keep the ventilation going rather than keep the heater ticking over slowly in the background. I don't tend to use this mode because I find it blows cold air round, which I don't want. I guess if you were using the return sensor all the time, it might be useful for that, but that's it really. Not much use to me, I find. So I'll turn it off that mode. Okay, and all that remains to do now is push the button again. Now it's showing the temperature it's reading. The set point was 25, and there we go. Solid light means that it's running, and you may hear it starting up in the background. If you now push this, so normally it will go and it'll shut itself down back to standby. There you go, back to standby. If I want to turn it off, push once, push twice, this one starts flashing and it shuts down. Set point is 25, and as you see, that's the room temperature sensor. Thank you. Any more information you need is at planarheaters.co.uk.